Welcome to the Box Truck Hustle podcast, where we talk real numbers, real experience, and real hustle in the box truck industry. No fluff, no gimmicks, just honest conversation about what it really takes to build, run, and grow a box truck business. So let's get into it. So, what you want to talk
Yeah.
about today, Derek?
Oh man, so much. It's the ending of the year, so things are about to slow down a little bit. Once January hit, it kind of slows down with the lows and stuff. So
Is your
um
driver going home for the holidays?
yeah, we don't they pretty much shut down until after the new year.
Yeah, that's what we're
So
doing.
yeah.
What day is he going to make it home?
But he's already there.
He already home. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Sharif
yeah.
he'll be here tomorrow, and then he'll go back out after the first of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I mean he's more. You start seeing a little couple of scraps going in and out, but most of them shippers and receivers they shutting down right now. So like,
Mm-hmm.
it's not really. It ain't. It's not even really worth scrolling for a lot of that stuff. So it's like, yeah, don't go home and
We haven't
recharge.
found nothing. Everything we found is either deep South Texas, like the border, or
Yeah,
going back east. So we was like, we just gonna have to make our way on from Oklahoma back on into Houston.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So no, it is. It was just pretty much it after today. It's like, nah, there's no use. Go ahead and shut it down. Ain't no need to start it back up Friday after the holiday. Like. Most
Right.
people, like I said, I think I want to say last Christmas how it was. It's like all them like shippers and receivers, they were closing up for the week and giving them people, the workers and stuff, the rest of that week off. And I think they came back maybe like the following Monday
Right.
and stuff.
We was on the Lowe's contract, so this is kind of like their busy season.
Hmm.
And especially during Thanksgiving, that was when it was really, really hectic when we were doing the Lowe's contract at that time. And we worked 6 days. And when we saw that check, we was like, this is this is what 6 days is? Are you serious right now? So that's when we were like, this I didn't want to say it out loud, but me and Sheree were both thinking the same thing. Like we were thinking we were gonna see $5,000. Nah, it was a little over 3,000.
Wow.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
long
we
were you?
were.
How long was that? Were you on that Lowe's contract?
We did it from August of 2024. Yeah, August of 2024 around that time to like September, February 2025.
Okay.
Yeah, so we ended it, I want to say around the first of the year, because I remember New Year's Eve, he had to get up the next day and go do the contract. And then we were like, okay, we had the two trucks. We were going to put the one truck OTR and then keep that truck here and stay on it. They wasn't calling us. They were like, well, I thought your truck was broke. We was like, no, we told you that, and he told her, like, if you could give us 3 days a week, give us some set days, we could work around it with Amazon Relay. But they were not communicating with us. And so we just finally said, we emailed them and said, hey, we want to go ahead and end the contract. And then you have to wait a month and a half before you get your, I forget what you call that money, your bond or your, it's something that they call where they take certain amount every week. And we had
Uh-huh.
about $2,400 sitting there. So I was on them like we did our money. And so they tried to go back and forth and say something about we broke the contract. I was like, no, we didn't break the contract. Y'all stop putting us on the schedule. And we ended up getting the money, and then that was it.
So were
I'm
y'all
glad.
just? Oh, I'm
Hmm.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, but we were glad that we did it because that's all we kept hearing from people. Oh, you need to get on and do this. You need to do that. And you see the post on Indeed saying you can make this amount of money, that amount of money. So we was like, yeah, we want to do it, but nobody explained to you those claims and those surveys and how that affects your pay. Nobody explains that to you until you in it.
So you were just delivering from warehouse to stores, or
Mm-mm. When we first started out, we would go to the warehouse. They would give you a route, which could be about at the most 16 deliveries, and you do it until you're done.
Or you were delivering to actual people's homes.
And
Got it. Okay.
installing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So when you get to the warehouse, you have to take pictures of everything. And then when you get there, you need to take pictures of when you install it and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, a lot of stuff was not explained to us very well. And I get it. They expect the contractors to know all this, but I was like, y'all should do something a little bit better to protect the contractors, but there was no protecting us at all.
So they were able to file the people purchasing the appliances were able to file claims if something was damaged and everything. Oh yeah, see, that's the only holdup I've ever, because I've got asked about or talk about the moving thing and all this and that, and from what I hear is great money in it, but like I said, the liability with damaging the furniture or just damaging stuff in their home, floors, walls,
Yes.
stuff like that. Like I don't know if in my right mind if I would have been ready to deal with it.
If you thought you lost sleep with your driver on the road, it's 10 times worse with them delivering appliances. It's
So,
10
see, I,
times because anything the customers say, the customer's always right. Unless you have all this proof. There was times that we got blamed for stuff and we wasn't even doing it.
so that's what I'm
And
saying.
I got better. I start taking collage pictures and I'll be like, I got a new refrigerator because of a claim. And
Wow.
the customer told them, "Oh, it's not their fault. When they opened the box, the damage was there. And when you looked at the box, there was no indication that there was any type of damage. But when they opened the box, the bottom of the refrigerator had like a dent. And so she sent it back. And we ended up and we didn't know that. So when you damage something, they take the money out your check. They take the claim out your check. So they may say, "Oh, that refrigerator costs $1,100. We're going to take $100 for 10 or 11 weeks out your check."
Oh wow.
And so they called one day and they was like, "Hey, you need to come pick up your refrigerator." I was like, "What you talking about?" So I actually got two refrigerators. The other one, sometimes you have to, I think, reverse the doors. In some kind of way, they had reversed the door, but it was off track, and the customer called, and we ended up getting it back. So I got two new refrigerators.
Hey, got some extra storage for that meat.
Yeah, yeah. So the other one's in the garage, just a plain white refrigerator. But that's what people, they kept telling us, you need to get on it, you need to get on it. We was like, yeah, we need to get on it. 5,000 a week? Shoot, we could do that easily. We never saw the 5,000 week.
I mean, I can say it's really like the ebbs and flows of trucking. Like, and what I try to tell a lot of people, like, yeah, I guess even it's just with business, like, transportation and trucking, like the profit margins are just not the greatest.
No.
You'd be happy to get 15-20% of a profit margin in trucking. So it's like, you know, a successful profit margin for most businesses would be somewhere near 40. So
Mm-hmm.
like, you're in 20, you're spending an excess of 80% of your profit into expenses.
Exactly. I
So
mean,
and
you
it's
can make the money. The money can be made, but
the money, right?
unless you driving it, giving yourself a salary at the same time, ain't no money in it.
So that kind of leads me into something that I thought about discussing. I was like, if you could, and I'll speak on my part first. If you could go back in the past and start over from where you started getting into this transportation, like what would you do if you would even do anything different? Like what would you do different? And I was thinking, and I've thought about this plenty of times, and if I could go back, I probably would have started with like a cargo van. If I could go back, I honestly probably would have started with a cargo van and tried to, because I feel like it would have been an easier way to scale up. I could have went from one to three more. The wear and tear on the cargo vans is cheaper, so the maintenance and everything would be cheaper, and there's more volume with a cargo van because final mile is just it's where it's at. Like all
Right.
these. all these companies from Amazon to Walmart and everybody, they all now promise this next day delivery. So they're constantly outsourcing and getting contracts with independent owners and stuff for deliveries and stuff. And I'm like, if I could really like go back, I would have just done that. And it's less regulations than it was even with a 26-foot box truck. It's not a CDL, it's
Right.
not a semi, but you still
Mm-hmm.
got FMCSA regulations and stuff that you got to
Exactly.
follow by. With the cargo van, you drive all day, drive all night.
Mm-hmm.
Gasoline is way cheaper than than the diesel. So like I said, and then just the maintenance on it all together. So I would, and then it's from what I've seen and researched, it's a lot easier to get a final mile contract with a place, even if you only got one van,
Right.
than it is with a box truck. So
I think what you said as well too. If I had to do again, I would have started with either a sprinter van or a cargo van as well too,
mhm,
because even when I think about the mechanical bills, they will probably be less than what we're paying. The insurance will probably be less. And a lot of times when I'm seeing stuff, or as far as like government contracts, I have seen more where oh Lord,
mhm,
you can you can get more government contracts that I've seen, because sometimes you are able to go, like one government contract I saw, you were delivering at the different warehouses, the government warehouse, not the government warehouses, the government bases.
right.
Yeah. And so I've seen that a lot where you delivering specimens and you got to have HIPAA. And so I've even been thinking about, like, if we were to get another truck, I would like to get a sprinter van. Street probably won't agree with me. But he probably want to do a semi. I would probably want to do a sprinter van.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I
I
don't,
don't. I think because I mean just the rules and regulations of a box truck. I know at right now my mentality I couldn't handle a semi. Like I would, it would
it would eat
it
me
would be
alive.
yeah.
My
Just that
nerves.
and honestly, I mean I don't. The expenses are more, but the money ain't
It ain't that much
it ain't
better.
that much better.
I
Like I
mean, I
said,
think if the rates were good and Sharif was in the semi, I would do it because
right,
I trust everything about what Sharif does when it comes to driving the truck, being on time, safety, all of that. I trust
right.
him. I could go to sleep at night. Like right now, I sleep good knowing he's in the box truck.
Not a good thing
Um,
about it. Only thing I would say with the semi is you have more opportunity at freight because people are constantly searching for a 53. You know what I'm saying?
what do you feel about the gooseneck and all of that?
Um, I mean, I actually think that would be my second route to go with
What do they call it?
a flatbed,
Flatbed,
like
yeah.
yeah, like a flatbed, like just basically get you like a dually truck and get a gooseneck tray with like a flathead or something. Same thing. It's like the regulations are a lot different, and then you see so many flatbed loads on the load board, and
Right.
they're always paying in the higher low end 190, 195, high end 235, 250.
Yeah. I had somebody who wanted to lease onto my authority with it, but it was the insurance part that kind of prevented us, because the insurance cost was going to be too much for them for me to add them. But
Right.
I was going to let somebody lease onto it, but I didn't have enough knowledge on how to book those loads. So it was like, I don't really understand the lingo. I probably
I
have to
think
go learn it.
it's mostly the same thing. I think the thing that you have to understand more is because you need a whole different set of equipment than you do box truck. Like you have straps, but then there's certain kind of straps with the flatbeds, and there's a certain technique depending on what you're strapping in there. You have to strap it a certain way, so that driver has to be like. You're not gonna just go hire
Yeah,
no guy on Facebook and just be like, I know how to drive a truck, but yeah, do you know how to strap that shit in? Like you
right.
got, you know what I'm saying? So that is like super important. But I think they're such a better commodity because you can deliver stuff to on sites and stuff that people need something right now. Oh my God, a tractor at this construction site just broke down. We need a new tractor. they can't go throw that shit in a box truck or a
Right.
semi.
Semi.
They need that flatbed. So you can call it and they can just come snatch it off with a forklift, uh, and get back to work. So there,
And I
I
think certain trailers you need a CDL as well too.
certain ones. I think the
Certain
length of
ones,
it depends. Like,
yeah, I
especially,
found that out.
I mean, like I said, the money is definitely in specialties. Whether it's flatbeds, hazmat, or
Mhm.
delivering like certain quantities,
Mhm.
especially quantities. Like I don't think, like I said, and I know I said it last time, but just living off of that low board, just looking for little general freight here and there. Like I just don't think it's a great business practice. Like I just
No.
don't.
It's not
Nope.
a long term.
Right.
It's not for long term.
No.
It is I mean like for us, it's all we have right now, right? So while we try to work on being able to get a contract or be able to get somebody to lease on, which will give us more trucks. But honestly, I've heard too many people say it, and I have to agree with them. The low board is not sustainable.
It's
It's
just
only
it.
it's only for that moment.
You should only really use it to make enough money to scale to another truck. Like that should,
Exactly.
in my opinion, that should be everybody who's on their constantly goal is like, I'm using this to buy truck number two and possibly buy truck number three. Like, otherwise, if you just think that you just gonna make hundreds and hundreds of $1,000s logging in every morning on that load board, like it's a job. Like it's
Yeah.
literally a job. And if you're lucky enough to get three, four, five trucks, it's even harder to dispatch that many trucks. Like I don't believe in dispatchers. Anybody who knows me know I don't. Now, if I had multiple trucks,
Right.
I
It would
would
make
definitely
sense.
hire somebody to dispatch me. But like a lot of these people, like I said, they get in, and I get calls and stuff all the time from people like, "Man, should I hire a dispatcher and lease on?" I'm like, dude, I'm trying to start a business, and you've already leased 15 to 20% of your business to other people on some stuff that you can do on your own. Like you can,
Exactly.
like, why would you want to start a business and you don't even know how to run it? Like you're letting
Exactly.
somebody else pretty much run your business. It's not me knocking dispatchers because I absolutely think dispatchers are needed. But I think dispatchers are needed to dispatch fleets of trucks,
Exactly.
multiple
I
trucks.
I and when we started, we did have a dispatcher because I didn't know nothing about dispatching. And Sharif had the knowledge, but he didn't think he could do it at that time. And when he went over the road and that dispatcher logged off at 5 o'clock, I was like, why you logging off? I mean, I guess you do gotta sleep. But when I ended up finding us a load and then I factored it myself, I was done. All
Like,
I needed to learn was the carrier packet, and that's common sense right there.
right. But I think too that's the other bad thing about with the dispatcher. You get a dispatcher, whether they're good or not, they find you a load for the day, then you're done. When you're dispatching yourself, I find me a load for the day. I'm still on the load board 5, 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm finding like more loads for later on. Like I'm a dispatcher is all they're worried about is day to day. They're just worried
Exactly.
about day to day, and it's like it's your business structure is just it's too hit and miss if you're just like depending on somebody like that, and they have multiple clients. So how much attention are they really paying to just your
To
truck?
you. Yeah.
And it's,
And
it's not it's not nothing about them. It's not like their intent, but I mean, it's just what it is. They got 5 or 6 other clients that they work for. Like I would personally want a dispatcher who probably ain't got no more than 3 trucks. Cause I don't want you trying to dispatch 5 or 6 trucks and then you just giving me the scraps.
exactly. And if I got a dispatcher, I need to have at least 3 or 4 trucks so they're just mine. They're just my dispatcher. And like I said, I agree with you. I think dispatching is needed, but for a fleet, if you start out and you got one truck, you, in my opinion, you can learn it and do it. I mean, I did. I had zero
Uh,
logistic and zero experience as a dispatcher.
it took me 3 weeks to a month and a half, not even a month and a half to learn as I'm like, you know what, I got it. Especially when I learned how the lanes work and how like, where to go and where not to go. If like I said, if I ever scaled up to a multiple trucks, I'm going to train my own dispatcher, somebody that I can hire that just works for
Mhm.
me. And
Mhm.
I'm like, here, you're gonna get. this percentage, that percentage of each one of these trucks. You don't outsource out to nobody else. I don't care. When I teach you this skill, I'm teaching you this to work for me. If you want to work for somebody else, then you're gonna have
Right.
to quit. But I would need your 100% focus on what I got going on. But
You
like I said,
thinking
that
about getting maybe a second truck or maybe a Sprinter van or a cargo? Because I
no,
know you more into real estate.
yeah, I'm not gonna give up on it because I do enjoy it and I do think that it could be lucrative with the real estate stuff. It's more successful as far as like because the money I invest in it to do it, I get the return on my money times five, times
Right.
eight sometimes, and it's like to spend $1,000 to make 10,000. Like I just try to have my focus more on that and just until I can just come up with a plan. But honestly, like yeah, I would probably want in a perfect world, I would probably want to probably like start looking more into like final mile stuff and if I could get if I I've seen cargo vans, sprinter vans, like literally going for like 8,000, nine
Yeah.
thousand dollars.
Yeah.
You
I have
know,
a friend who actually that's what she does. She has a Sprinter van business. And I've been watching how and maybe I'll ask her to join the podcast one day, but she will look for work and she hire drivers. So I guess you call it DS delivery service provider, kind of like
right,
Amazon. You
right,
just get
right,
the routes and then you hire people out. So that's what she does.
right.
And we talk about different stuff because I met her at the Frost Bank building series. I can't remember the name of it, but that's where I met her at. We were like the only two logistics people there. It was like, oh my gosh, somebody else in logistics is here. But she talks about the Sprinter van and what they doing and all of that stuff. So it was real interesting to hear and learn about that as well too. So I've been really looking into more of doing Sprinter van
The medical
versus
the medical side of it too is where like just delivering specimens and stuff from these hospitals and from these labs. Like it's a
you locked the
big,
door. Hold on, you locked the door. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
but I say yeah, that medical stuff is like it's a big business and it's not going anywhere,
Mm-mm.
and they need it. And if you, especially if you're living in a lot of these more of these like rural areas and stuff, like you can
Mm-hmm.
there's so much more like opportunity for it. And I even I got a buddy of mine I went to high school with. Um, they do the he went and bought like a bunch of the I guess like ambulance like trucks and he created a business to where he just basically uh for elderly people who need rides to the doctor
Mm-hmm.
or ride to the facilities. People have to got to go do chemo, people have to go do dialysis and stuff. And it's so much, it's so versatile in transportation that people just really just like put their
Well,
mind to it, but people just want to jump to that box truck like so
my
much.
friend has started her own transportation business. I have been on her butt since the beginning. I don't know if you've seen where she's been tagging me, but she's literally doing kind of like an Uber type deal. But she has been reaching out to like saying if you have a family member who needs to go to chemotherapy, I could take them. I can wait for them to be done, be done.
Yeah,
And that's another industry that people aren't thinking of as well too. And with the Sprinter van, she can also do big groups who need to go to Carnival Cruise. Not to cut you off,
right.
but when you said that, it got me excited because I'm like,
Oh
yeah,
no, you
that's another
good.
industry. Because I'm like, have you thought about going to like the senior citizen place? And she's talking to me about a lot of her different ideas, and I'm like, look at you getting it. I'm proud.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more. I would probably more so rather do like packages
Medical.
or medical stuff because when you it's a lot more liability when you start hauling people around.
Yeah.
Even if you're in a sprinter van or like a small cargo
Yeah.
van, because especially if somebody goes to having a medical episode while you back there, if you ain't like equipped
That's
to
true.
handle that stuff, like that would have me sleepless. So you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
like I said,
I'm at the point in my life. I just wanted to be easy. I don't want to stress about it. I don't want strip body no more, man. Like,
Trust me,
I
I
love the
lost a lot of
money.
sleep.
Yeah, I love the money, but man, I do not want strip. Man, and maybe that's why real estate. The stress in that is nothing outside of people just thinking their houses are worth more than what it is. But I can deal with that. But like the stresses in transportation, it's like, oh, there's so many things that could come up
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, it's like we have to pivot fast. We have to worry about the safety of others. We have to worry about the safety of the people driving our truck. It's just so much stress involved in everything to go with trucking.
Right.
And sometimes I look and when Sharice sent me, I was like, I really started a trucking business. Like I still be over here like shocked that I literally started a trucking business.
Yeah.
But I think for us to scale, I really feel like we need to go to Sprinter van or cargo van to add to our fleet as well too. And I really think that would be the best option because there's so many regulations with the semis and everything else that I don't know. I just feel like it would be too hard to do yeah, okay, he see I'm on the phone. It would
Mhm.
be too hard to do anything else in my I think it would be more stressful because then you got to get into the drug, all that clearing house and yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. And they're making the CDL regulations even more like strict and stuff. And then I think too with the cargo vans, sprinter vans, it's probably easier to get drivers because usually those routes you go home every night.
yeah,
You go home, you get your wife, get that leg up against you every night. You be more happier than the people who have to sleep in that cold truck, sleep in that hot truck. That cargo van, you get them home every night, and you get them the weekends off and stuff.
I agree. I agree. I just have to convince him. Let's scale to a Sprinter van. We could park it right here in the driveway.
And you can keep the box truck because it is a good,
We gonna
it's
keep the
a
box
great
truck.
asset.
Yeah, we're
But it's
not getting
like,
rid of it.
yeah, I my prayer, because with my full-time job, like I say, I'm a detective. I actually work part-time for Live Nation, um doing security at the amphitheater. They own the amphitheater here in Atlanta.
Mhm.
I talk to those guys all the time about, like, because they be needing trucks to deliver equipment for concert stuff and everything, and that would be my dream. If I could get two or three trucks that I own, and they can just deliver the equipment from concerts to shows, the different stuff like that. Like, that's good constant money that, like, just that I can. But like I said, it's all about talking to people, and I've talked to the head of shipping and all this and stuff, and got his number and everything and all that. And he keep me in mind. And he's like, you got another truck yet? I'm like, no, not yet. This way, but like that's what it is. I've talked to many of them, and it's like that's all they do. They got three or four trucks.
So if you tell them I might not have the truck, but I've built great relationships with other people and I trust who they are, what they do, and we can come and work this, they wouldn't do it.
I'm sure they would. Only thing about that in that situation, because I think they travel with them. Like, you would
Uh
have to, you know what I'm saying? So you would have to just say, just like you're in Texas, just say you hooked up with it, and you got three trucks and three drivers. But they're going to travel with
with
that
them.
Live Nation. Like, just say Cardi B got a 40 show tour for the next 3.5 months. They're going city to city. You know what I'm saying? It's no going to do nothing else or whatever else. So it'll probably be harder to get people from three different places unless they was like, okay, we're gonna be gone.
No, Sharif would do it, especially if he know the money good. Oh, he go.
Oh yeah, the money good. I mean, Live
So don't
Nation.
ever count us out if you
They
ever like tell it, hey, I got a contract. Look, you could tell them like, look, I might got one truck, but I know another person who got a business and they just as good as me.
right. Yeah, that's what they be looking for, man.
I'm just telling you.
It's literally just stage equipment, speakers,
Yeah, Sharif would be
all that
like,
stuff.
"Psh, am I getting a hotel?
Right.
Hell, he'll sleep in the truck. He wouldn't
And,
care.
and if you get the right tour, I mean, if you get to the level of somebody like a Beyonce or Cardi B, that you probably you You probably made in 3 months. You probably made $300,000-$400,000.
Look, let me tell you something, Derek. Don't be afraid. Even if you talk to
No, not at
somebody on
all.
the road about a contract, we right here.
That's right. Hey
We're
man,
right here.
I'm a,
We we keep everything kosher over here. All you got to say is tell you, look, I got a contract. I told them like I might not have a truck, but I know another business. Look them up. You can Google. She's Googleable, as you like to say.
I'm 100% in collaboration. I feel like in any business, you ain't gonna survive without some type of collaboration, man.
Right?
People be so gatekeeping and on try to do everything on their own.
Well,
If you're not willing to like to branch out or whatever, you missing out.
well, I started the whole Straight Connect thing, right? It's been going good. Somebody I felt like tried to steal part of my idea. It's okay.
That was wild. I remember that.
I was like, you want to create a Facebook group for verified? Psh, you sound crazy, but we're making leeway. We getting the website built, and I talked to a guy today about it, and we're just slowly making progress on it. Um, and I also talked to this guy from, you ever heard of Breva Bank
Riva? Nah.
Compass?
I've heard of Compass.
So they have this AI tool. It's better than QuickBooks. It does everything for you. It's like got AI. The way he showed me is like you can ask it, is it time for me to scale up for a truck based on this? And like, yeah, I was like, huh.
It crunches the numbers for you.
It does everything. It does auto matching. I was amazed when he showed me, but yeah, it's not in my budget right now.
Man, if people ain't on this AI stuff, man, like they so missing out. Cause I talk to Chat GPT at least 30 times a day. Like everything from whatever, from trucking stuff to real estate stuff. Like I could literally put an address in
Yeah,
and it'll run the comps of the
yeah,
neighborhood for the last 3 months, for the last 6 months or whatever. I could put in uh my numbers in trucking or whatever, where it'll tell me like, am I in the green? Am I in the red? I mean, it's literally an assistant.
yes.
Like it's literally an
I
assistant.
called ChatGPT, my sister. You see the flyer she made for us, although she was making us look crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Them things it do something with them eyes. Sometimes you gotta pay attention. Yeah, how you looking Asian in that thing.
It totally changed your whole face. I was like,
Yeah.
it had some really good graphics, but I was like, wait a minute, that don't look like Derek. And Sheree was like, I need a different picture. So I changed it up, and I kept saying, put me in the middle. So they put me in the middle, but it kept changing my name to Sharif's name. And I was like, you know
Uh,
what? I'm just gonna have to pay somebody to make us a flyer that I can like interchange it out and stuff like
yeah,
that. But it's getting better, honestly, with its graphics. I will say that.
right.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better.
But yeah, it's the wave of the future. People, if you ain't on it, you need to get on it. Sometimes that $20 a month I pay for ChatGPT, I don't even miss that little $20, man.
Mm-mm. No,
Like
no.
I need that unlimited access. I need whatever kind of question I got. I can't remember last time I used Google.
Yeah, and you know what? I was in line today, no, yesterday, getting my registration. And so it was a mechanic in line, and I asked him like, uh, do you are is your business searchable? Are you on like whatever? Can I find you have a website? And he's like, yeah, I have a website. And I said, I'm gonna give you a bit of advice. Go ask ChatGPT for mechanics in this area and see if yours come up. If it doesn't come up, then look at those websites and see what your words that are on their website and fix yours. So
Right.
when people go to ChatGPT, they find your business.
Absolutely.
And I went and looked for mine. It didn't come up when I said box truck businesses in Houston, Texas. It didn't come up. So
Right.
that's something else I need to work on because people are not using Google. They're using
No.
ChatGPT. They're using AI tools to do like, where's the nearest restaurant? They're
Yeah.
not using Google no more.
No, sure not.
Mm-mm. No.
They're adding them apps and stuff now, like Expedia, Open Table, everything. Like it's integrated with ChatGPT. You can literally book a reservation for a restaurant. I can tell it to book me a reservation to an Italian restaurant. And it's gonna pull it up, do it everything for me. Like
It does everything. I
it does
mean,
everything.
I can't function. This girl's about to come up to my house. I can't function without it at all. Um, During work or nothing. I can't function at all without it. And so, I don't know how life was without ChatGPT. Yeah, it is. It's here to stay. It's here to stay. And I want to take some classes because it's like you can build certain you can build like Excel spreadsheets that can help you be able to do like determination of like loads you may need to book or type of money you need to make. So I want to be able to like use that as I grow and expand our business.
But yeah, I've used it to. I haven't. I've used it to do spreadsheet, but I've also used it to do like it built me a real estate calculator like in two
Really?
minutes. Oh yeah, so I can automatically know what offer to send out to sellers and stuff like automatically. All I gotta do is punch the numbers in, whatever the numbers is that I have about the house and everything,
Mm-hmm.
and it completely built me a calculator for it.
Did my spreadsheet, and what I did on my spreadsheet is I put in like an average of what the load amount should be versus what the load amount is posted on the load board. So I did an average of my cents per mile so I can like gauge when I start negotiating. I did like 4 levels to it.
Uh-huh.
And then I put like a section that would deduct the pay, deduct the fuel, and then if it goes below a certain number, it turns red, which means I don't need to book that load. So that was something that I did in my calculations. Just a quick, simple spreadsheet so I could like punch in some numbers and do it that way.
Yeah. I told a guy a couple months ago. I said he was like I told him the formula that I had about getting the cost per mile, and I said, dude, you can literally put it in ChatGPT. Tell him all your numbers from your fixed
Yeah.
expenses to your variable expenses. He'll literally give you your cost per mile. It'll calculate it for you right then and there. And
Hmm.
then all you got to do is book anything over that,
Exactly.
and you'll be making money. Like it's
That's what I did. But my cents per mile is pretty high. Uh, so that's why I did like an average because what I need to get, it ain't gonna happen. So I did like an average of the lowest I could take.
right.
Because for a while there, that's all I was doing. My spreadsheet, and she was like, "You need to get off that spreadsheet." I'm like, I need to see these numbers. But because every time I would tell him, "Hey, how much should we book this load for?" He was spot on, and I would be like, "No, we need like $2,000."
Yeah.
So he was like, "Telly, look." I was like, "I know." So we've been doing pretty good these last 2 weeks. Cause when we got our fuel bill in last week, it was like $450. I was like, I thought it was gonna be $900. I was clutching my pearls trying to figure out how much it was gonna be, but it was only like 450.
Well, so that's good. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, it's all about lowering them expenses. That's gonna always be the key. And I don't like I said, my cost per mile is like $1.30.
Yeah.
Honestly, I try to be I try to be at least 50 cents over my cost per mile. That's the least. That's my mindset. Like I don't necessarily want that, but I'll take some for $1.80.
Yeah.
I'll take some for a dollar 90, $1.95. And if I start getting in the twos or whatever, great. But like it's just like all about profit for me. But people who just be like, oh, I ain't taking nothing under no $2 a mile. When I see it, it's just people like they sound crazy to me. Because first of all, do you even know your cost per mile is $2? Your cost per mile might be 240. So you taking
Yeah.
$2 and you still not making no money. You're still losing.
I think people I think they talk a lot of shit. Excuse my language. Because they're saying I'm not taking that. I'm like, somebody taking it. You mean
Right.
to tell me? And there's been times we have like said, nah, we ain't gonna do that. But there's been times we be like, okay, we getting close to the end of the day. Let's go ahead and take this load. And I'm like, you telling me that's you're not taking these loads that's out here. Somebody's taking them.
Somebody taking it. I rather I rather make $200 profit for the company and still be able to make sure my driver get paid and the bills get paid than for me to just sit and just make $0. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then a person getting mad at people because they took a load that they saw for 175 or 150. You don't know what that person pays for their truck. That could be 100% profit for somebody. They could own their truck. Their insurance could be dirt cheap. There's people who fix their own truck, so they don't have a maintenance cost because they're a diesel
Yeah.
mechanic. I wish to God I was a diesel mechanic, but I'm not. So I have to pay somebody. But there's people who fix their own truck. So you complaining that somebody took some for $1.25 a mile. You don't know what they make. You can't count people's pockets like that. That's just not how business works.
Exactly.
You
I
can't
quit
get
counting people pockets like a
uh,
long time ago. I can't worry about what the next person doing.
McDonald's doesn't get mad at Wendy's because Wendy's sells a 4 for $4. That's business.
Okay.
It is what it
Okay.
is. It's like
Exactly.
you worry about your business. If they want to sell a hamburger and some niggas for $4 fucking, that's what they do. And as long as Wendy's making a profit, that's all Wendy's care about.
Exactly.
The trucking industry is all that's all I see. Count people pocket. Y'all taking this cheap freight. Y'all killing the rates. The rates are the fucking rates, man. That's what they are.
They kill me when they talk about the brokers. Oh, the brokers.
Yeah.
I'm like, why are you
Why you count
the
you
brokers are here. Just like
yeah,
they're real estate agents, they're freight brokers. They're
right.
not going anywhere.
You
What you
literally
need
booked
to do.
you literally booked your insurance with a broker.
Yeah.
You didn't go straight through Progressive or Travelers. You took your ass to a broker. That's what they're for. They're brokering a deal. You care. And a guy literally got so pissed off at me. I swear it was the funniest thing ever on a post. I don't even think it was in our group. I think it was in another group. But he was like, it wouldn't piss you off if the broker made $2,000 off the deal and you only made 1,500. I said, shit, if the 1,500 was profit for me and that's what my numbers was cool. I don't give a fuck what he made. Like,
Exactly.
because I don't know what he did on the other end to broker that deal with that shipper. Like that man has a job too at the end of the day. Like I get it. Are there greedy people out here? Yeah.
Yes.
He if he making 5,000, I ain't making but 1,000, but I'm sitting complaining, I'm doing all the work, I'm doing all the driving. If it if it makes sense, and when I say sense, I'm talking about CENT. If it makes sense,
Yeah.
I don't care what he made, long as I make profit. I'm trying to worry about he getting too much percentage and all that. It's above my pay grade. I don't have time to do that. Like that's just not how business works.
I think they need to shift their thinking, right? Into more of building a relationship with the broker instead
Correct.
of worrying about this, that, and that. People talk so much trash about these big. I'm like, look, we're good. If you calling me on my phone and I can't take it at that moment, I can't take it. But bashing these brokers is non-productive in my
No,
opinion.
bro, it's a waste
What
of time.
our goal is to build relationships with these brokers so they can call us and know they can count on TLA Group. When they call us, they know we're professional. They know we show up professional. Our truck is clean, and
Right.
they know we're gonna get there on time. We communicate. To me, it's counterproductive to just talk about I hate the brokers. I hate I'm like, they're here. They're not going nowhere.
They ain't
But
going
what I
nowhere.
understand, brokers have always been around. And
Yep.
I'm not a salesperson. I don't have time to go to these different warehouses to get these people to make me move their freight. I don't that's what they're there for.
Right.
And that's why when we deliver a load, I say tell them to ask for us the next time you working with a broker. Ask for us to come move your freight when you working with the broker. So the broker be like, you know what? They like them. Let me call TLA Group.
This is my thing. You just started a freaking box truck business. What experience do you think you have to go to a shipper and a shipper that delivers LED light bulbs and then tell him that, hey, you don't have to go through no broker. Just call me. I'll deliver your expensive ass LED lights in my one damn box truck, and they're gonna pay you $5,000. Like that's
That
not
is
realistic, man.
unrealistic.
It's
Unrealistic.
unrealistic.
And I know I always say we want direct shipping. I would love it. If
Right.
I got something with a broker and it's a constant delivery all the time, I'm happy with that too. I
Absolutely.
just need something constant and I know the same amount that's going to happen every single time. That's what I need. That's exactly what I need. Oh, Sheree said I can't get on. Let me see.
But at the end of the day, a broker's not gonna he's not gonna build that relationship with you if you and him going back and forth about 40 more cents on a rate. he's not gonna you're not gonna build a relationship with somebody going back and forth with him like that. At the end of the
No
day, your work is what's gonna stand out. Do the work, get it there on time, be consistent, doing the work right and getting
communication.
on time and communication. And he may call you like, hey, I got this load that delivers, Monday through Wednesday from here to here, round trip. And you may get that phone call, and now all of a sudden, yeah, you might have been in business a year and a half, and now you got that consistent load that you can
Exactly.
put away.
Exactly.
You're not gonna people starting 2 3 months in. It's hard to think that you're gonna get that. Like it just doesn't
You
work
ain't
like
even
that.
proved yourself. Hell, you
Yeah,
lucky if you book a load and you only been there. Your MC ain't even 90 days. So
right.
you lucky to get on there. Oh, you made it, Sharif.
Hey, how's everybody? What's going on, man?
Big dog, what's going on?
Nothing much, man. Over here
Out there
getting
working?
unloaded. Yeah,
Yes,
getting
sir.
unloaded, man. Shoot.
And let's
it
ask Sharif that question in the last 10 minutes that we were talking about earlier. If you
was
could change one thing, what was it? How did you word it, Derek?
okay. Yeah, if you had a time machine, you can go back to when you started, when you had the idea to get in the transportation and the box truck business. Uh, what would you change, or would you do anything different, or would you even go like another route um
Ooh,
in the
see,
business?
that's several answers. Uh, one mistake we made, we was renting. We started off renting. That was terrible. That was stressful.
Yeah.
Uh, the second part was
Oh, y'all go ahead and talk.
yeah. That second part was also yeah, we did the renting, and
Hmm.
then the not finding in the beginning somebody to run under because that
Right.
was like a double whammy. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't getting lows, then the bills wouldn't stop coming, and they
Right.
was weekly bills. So and man, sleep was rare. You know what I mean?
Man.
But I think if we would have started with those two, we wouldn't have lost so much money in the beginning, and I would have been less, 2 or 3 gray hairs less. You know
Right.
what I mean? But that's what I would do, that revenue, because I heard you the last part, last time we were on, and you had a nice nest egg to be able to when you get started, like you said,
Right.
40, 50,000, that's needed. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah, anything else you rolling the dice.
Yeah. I was telling Telly before you got on, me personally, if I would have started back, I probably would have started with a cargo or sprinter van instead. And it's just because, like I said, it's just because of the low entry getting in. Uh, I've seen cargo and sprinter vans going for $8,000 to $9,000. The maintenance on them is a lot cheaper, and then the volume, because you can do a lot more final mile, medical contracts and stuff and
Yeah,
everything. And it would have been a lot more local routes. You probably at the most driving 3 4 hours in a in a sprinter van making deliveries. As far as like going out of town, but it's a job too that the driver would be home probably every night. You know,
yes.
he'd be home every night. Get him some good loving, good food in his body and stuff.
You ain't lying. In other words,
Yeah,
great morale.
great morale. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. He come back to work, he ain't stressed out. He ain't stressed
Man,
out. He or she ain't stressed out. We got women drivers
yeah,
too, but
yeah. But
that probably would have been my only pivot if I can go back. Like I said, I don't regret the box for things too because I still think it's a great investment. But I just think easier entry for somebody who just wants to get in before, and you could probably make, like I said, just as much money. And then, like I was telling Telly, I think it's easier getting a final mile contract. They're a lot more easier to get, even if you only got one Sprinter van, than it is, with these box trucks.
Right. Right. Oh, he got a call come in. So we got 7 minutes left. Next week, Jaleesa will be joining our call, and she will be sharing how she made $250,000 with one box truck.
Yeah, I need to hear that. Oh, call
So
her right now.
yeah, so she will join and share. And I've talked to her on the phone, and she shared some of the things and her mistakes and everything like that. So I did send like a series of questions that we will talk to her, and then we'll have the open forum discussion so you guys can ask whatever questions you need.
Mhm.
But again, thank you for joining the Box Truck Hustle, and we will see you next week.
See you next week.
All righty, thank you.
All right.